Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are talking about Mommy's Survival Kit for the first month that you are home with your newborn. That is probably one of the hardest things, transitioning from being a couple to parents, from being yourself to a mommy, and having to take care of this little infant that solely relies on you. A couple things that I learned along the way that really helped me cope and be a sane person in those first couple of weeks. I recommend these couple things. First, a Yeti cup, or at least any insulated cup that keeps your drink nice and cold and that holds a little bit more than a bottle of water. If you are breastfeeding, you will be going through so much water. So remember when you were going through about a gallon of water during your pregnancy? You should probably be doing the exact same thing while breastfeeding, if not just a little bit less. So having a Yeti cup or something that keeps your drink cold, it helps you get through drinking just water. Another thing, if you are breastfeeding, I highly recommend the Medela Tender Care Lanolin Cream. This saved me. Your nipples, not to get TMI, but your nipples get really dry. Saliva actually dries out your skin. So if you're not rehydrating them, they can potentially crack or blister. Especially if the baby latches incorrectly, say midnight feeding, the baby's not quite awake and tends to not latch correctly during those midnight feedings. Lanolin, if you use this after every single feeding, you don't want to skip one. It will help you so significantly that still 7 months, knock on wood, my boobs have not cracked because of this lanolin cream. I religiously put it on after breastfeeding and after pumping. It has helped significantly and I would highly recommend it. Next, for those first couple weeks, an iPad or a device where you can watch TV while you are breastfeeding. If you have a bunch of people over at your house, I know it's gonna be crazy because everyone wants to see the new baby, but you're still breastfeeding every 2 hours. And if you aren't comfortable yet, then you're gonna wanna go into their room and breastfeed. Well, it gets very lonely in there if you are by yourself, especially since the baby has to feed from each boob for 15 minutes in that first couple weeks. That's a half hour of your life right there. Alone in the room. Trust me, get something that can keep you entertained for a little bit so you can just veg out, kind of blank out your mind, so you can just kind of recoup, spend time with this baby, learn from each other, but you can still keep your sanity. It is very tough, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it is completely worth it and so rewarding. If you can keep up with 2 weeks of it, you can do it for as long as you want. I am at 7 months, and at week 2, I really didn't think I was gonna make it, but we did. And I'm at 7 months breastfeeding, and you can do it too, but that will be a completely separate video. Next on my list, I have my notes, is a hand pump or an electric pump. So I use my electric pump mainly, but a hand pump is fantastic for when your milk does come in. And also have the hand pump around at midnight when you wake up and you're engorged and you just feel like you need to pump because the baby's sleeping. It's nice to have it on your nightstand so you don't have to wake up, go to wherever you keep them and plug yourself into the wall and pump. Having the hand pump really helps, and keeping a hand pump in your bag when you are out and about is so helpful. I got my hand pump actually through my hospital. So they gave me 2 phalanges because I ended up pumping while I was at the hospital to try and help Dominic because he didn't latch very well at the first couple days, or the second day. He wasn't latching very well, but we got over that. But I was pumping, so they gave me a hand pump there. And then I also went to CVS and they were having a sale on their hand pumps, and I got a hand pump there for $5. Keep your eye out with CVS sales because you can get some amazing sales at CVS. I was able to get that hand pump for $5, and I keep that one in my car, so I always have it readily available. My other hand pumps, I keep one in the kitchen and one by my nightstand. Next on that list is chapstick. Your lips are gonna get very chapped. Just like in the hospital, keep chapstick with you. Keep it where you're pumping, so after you're drinking some water, you can just put it on and it'll make you feel better. Just having something on your lips kind of makes you feel like you're a little bit more human, a little bit more put together. Next is TMI, cotton panties, especially if you had a C-section. I went through so many different varieties because I didn't really know what I was looking for. But if you had a C-section, you want to get 100% cotton. If you can get high-waisted panties, that is perfect. And this is for after your postpartum period. You want to get cotton panties. During your postpartum period, I would highly recommend getting Depends. My hospital actually provided the disposable panties, and then you put a pad on. So I took a couple home and I went through them. Well, within the first week, I went through all of what I had. But the Depends would have worked amazing. I really wish I would have had them. They are one of my new mommy regrets. I think if I would have had the Depends, it would have been a little bit more manageable than trying to put 2 pads on top of each other to get through that time. Next is a support system. It is very, very difficult the first couple of weeks to try and get a rhythm, to try and figure out how you are feeding this little boy. If you have to pump to supplement with your expressed breast milk, you need someone to hold the baby while you are pumping. It's pretty difficult to juggle the two, or at least have him or her in a swing or a bassinet in somewhere safe while you pump. But having the support system is amazing. Talk with your support system. Tell them what you want to do, what your wishes are, what you won't budge on. So for me, my wishes were breastfeeding. I really, really wanted to breastfeed. That was my goal. If I was able to, I wanted to do it. About a week and a half in, I was ready to quit. I did not want to do it. It was the hardest thing ever. I was like, I will just exclusively pump and we'll give the baby a bottle. My support team knew how important it was for me. So I'd have my husband there. He would talk to me to distract me from breastfeeding. My mom and my mother-in-law were there. They would take the baby afterwards and just give me some alone time, some time to nap, some time to just be with me for a couple minutes, because you are dealing with a lot. It's a lot. So you need that support system to help you out, to be there for you. And another thing with that support system, if you feel like you are starting to become postpartum depressive, a great way to try and combat that is to get involved in your community with a new mommy group. So here in Southwest Florida, we have the 4th Trimester Club. It literally saved my sanity. I was on the verge of becoming postpartum depressive, and my mom urged me to go to this group. So I went, and I met the most amazing people there, the most amazing moms. They were so encouraging. They were amazing. And seeing all the babies there and seeing the different ages really helped me put into perspective, oh my gosh, this is what my baby's gonna be doing at this month. This is where I'll be at this month. So there really is an end date to all of this, and it helped me really start to appreciate what I have and see that, okay, right now is the easiest time of my life, because once they start crawling and walking, oh my goodness, game's over. But having that 4th Trimester Club and seeing those mommies really helped me. So one of the biggest things in your mommy survival kit you could have is support, whether it is from your spouse, from your family, or if you don't have family nearby, go to a mommy group. If you don't have a mommy group and you're pregnant, start one. It is amazing. I absolutely love my mommy group. I go every other Thursday, and I look forward to that time to interact with other moms, ask questions. They've all been there. If they're not there yet, they're going to be. So whatever you've learned on the way, you can let them know and give your advice and tell them what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and they'd be able to tell you the same thing. I really do enjoy my mommy groups, so I would highly recommend them. Tell me what you did, what helped you during the first couple weeks of being postpartum and having this amazing little person in your life. Tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear all of your stories. If you have any questions as well, like always, leave a comment. And if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subscriber and part of my YouTube family. Come and join us and see what else Fedorczyk Life is all about. Bye!